And in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and puzzle.
Kia ora everyone! It's now time to talk about the pairs portion of the Canadian Jigsaw Puzzle Association's national competition that I just attended in May 2024. I'll leave a link in the description below to the video in which I recap the individual rounds. So in this video, I'm going to talk about the 2 pairs preliminary rounds as well as the pairs final. Now, my pairs partner was Ulla. She was so amazing, so great. She put up with my jet lag monkeyness. Oh my goodness, was I a mess. We had so much fun puzzling together. So, you're about to see the first jigsaw puzzle for the first preliminary round, Circle of Colors, 500 pieces, called Seashells. Now, they were given 90 minutes to complete this jigsaw puzzle. You're going to see Allison and I complete it on the time lapse because Ulla and I were in the second round of the preliminaries. 52 pairs did this jigsaw puzzle, and the top 20 qualified to go to the finals. I thought this puzzle looked rather difficult, and of the 52 pairs, 36 pairs were able to finish in the 90 minutes. Top 20 qualified. Now, I will admit that when Ulla and I saw this puzzle come out, I looked at her and I said, "Do you want to run back to the hotel?" And she knew what I meant and she said yes. Why? Because just a few days earlier, I was at Puzzles Canada and I bought 3 puzzles from this kind of Circle of Colors series. I have obviously the Seashells one that you're seeing Allison and I build. I also bought the insect one as well as the astrology one. And we figured, let's go back to the hotel and we'll practice one, we'll do one before our preliminary round. We run back to the hotel. We had insects and astrology. We decided to do the insect one because we thought it would look more difficult than the astrology one. It was actually really good that we did that just because it was the first time we sped run a jigsaw puzzle together. It's a circle puzzle and we learned a lot of what we should do in our actual round because I can do a rectangular square puzzle no problem without the border first, but I've realized these circle puzzles I need the border to help orient. Everything is, there's no like right side up in a circle puzzle, it almost feels like anything can go any which way. So we decided when it would be our turn, we would sort by color if possible, sort out the border, build the border, and then go through the different piles of color. Now you're going to see here what Allison and I did. We did a full flip, pulled out the border and the wave pieces and kind of that centerpiece. The reason why we didn't actually sort by colors is because there's so much of the red and the orange and the pink. Allison thought it would just have one big pile with all very similar colors. So while I was doing the border and the wave pieces, she actually managed to do all that blue, green, yellow, whitish part. She knocked that whole section out in no time. And then we just tackled things together and you saw she pulled out those dark red crab pieces quite quickly. I thought I thought this was difficult. I thought this was tricky. I'm so glad I had Allison because she actually thought it wasn't that bad. She's just so good at puzzling. So overall, I was very pleased with how well we did. First of all, she wanted to see if she could pick it up. It's a circle puzzle. Not every piece is interlocking, but the Ravensburger quality, look at it. Yes, she was able to pick it up. And I was so very pleased with our time. I just couldn't believe it. If Allison and I would have been in the first round of the preliminaries, we would have finished second overall of those 52 pairs. Amazing. It took us 36 minutes and 45 seconds. The times were amazing. Oh my goodness. So you'll see the first pair to finish did it at 34 minutes and then 38 and 45 minutes. It was a difficult jigsaw puzzle, I think. And then it came time for Ulla and I to do our round, and it was the astrology puzzle. We chose to do the wrong puzzle. So back at the hotel, we did insects instead of astrology, but that's okay. You can see that I've taped up the poster on the little post holding my camera, and sure enough, we followed our plan. Pulled out the border pieces, sorted by color as best as possible. There's a lot of blue in this jigsaw puzzle. So in our round, we had 55 pairs. Again, the top 20 qualified to move on to the finals, and 49 pairs finished this jigsaw puzzle. Now, compared to the 36 that finished the Seashells, I also feel this puzzle was easier than the Seashells. Now, what's interesting, I did this puzzle as well with Allison. She did not find it as easy as Seashells. She felt there, like the waves of color, there was so many waves of color with not so much detail that it was trickier. Now you're going to see how Ula did the border. We have our piles of color. I'm working on the green towards the blue. And there was a lot of blue. And I probably could have sub-sorted into lighter and darker blue, but it was just one big pile of blue. Ula has the yellows and oranges going on. I'm also helping out a bit with that yellowy brown section. And the boards, my boards came in very handy. You can see Ula has that big pile of like light pink to darker pink to purple to even like bluish purple. But what's really good is we managed to both kind of work on a side of the jigsaw puzzle. We weren't working over top of one another or interfering with one another, which was very helpful. And you can see Ula pulling out like lighter colors, and I'm also spreading out my pieces and pulling out brighter blues and working on them. It was tricky though, and what was interesting is we spoke with Guylaine, and up in the corner, I can see her in the corner of the video there, her pair partner and her, they did this puzzle Astrology the night before, just as a practice, not knowing, no one knew that it was going to be at the competition. And they said they managed to do it on the day here 20 minutes faster. So it just goes to show having done a jigsaw puzzle once is like so helpful. They did it, of course, just the night before. I could only imagine if Ula and I would have done it back at the hotel and then come and do it immediately right after. Of course, we would have done it a little faster, but I was so very pleased with our time. So we had done the insects, and that took us 1 hour and 4 minutes. I didn't think to time lapse it or take a photo because we were just rushing to the hotel back and forth. But then for this one, the Astrology, I thought if we can get around the hour mark, I'd be so happy. This is only the second time we're speed puzzling together. Well, I was so over the moon, ecstatic with how well we did. I actually jumped out and ran out of the room so I could celebrate and not make too much noise. 53 minutes and 53 seconds. I was so pleased. Look at the times for this jigsaw puzzle. People did amazing. Look at that, under 28 minutes. And then second and third place, so close, 32 minutes with what, 7 seconds difference? Incredible. So here's the finals puzzle, but before we get to the finals, you want to know, did Ula and I qualify to go to the finals? No, we just missed out. So we finished 22nd with our 53 minutes and 53 seconds. We were 2 spots out of qualifying. We were so close though. So what I'm doing now is I'm recording Sarah and Reese. They're our teammates, and I will do a team recap video in the next video to be released. So I asked them if I could put up my camera and record them doing the finals, and they said yes, of course. It's 1,000 pieces. They were given 2.5 hours to complete it. It's called Origami Meditations. So back to our Astrology puzzle. Coming in 22nd, we were actually 1 minute and 45 seconds slower than 20th place. So we would have needed to pick up the pace just a little bit there to try to qualify. It was close, but not super close. But so exciting though. I had so much fun puzzling with Ula. I thought we did so well. To get under an hour the second time to only speed puzzle together, I thought that was amazing. I thought we worked so well together. She's so lovely. She put up with, like I said, my monkeyness, my mind and my brain, my thoughts were all over the place. So let's get to Sarah and Reese here. Now, in the finals, we have 40 pairs, 1,000 pieces, like I said. I don't know the artist for this jigsaw puzzle, but I love it. I really want to get a copy. I'd love to do it with Allison. All pairs were able to finish the jigsaw puzzle in time in under the 2 hours and 30 minutes. What I love is that Sarah did a lot of sorting, but I don't feel she oversorted. Like if pieces weren't obvious to her of which pile they should go in, they're just fully flipped on top of the table. And I lent them my boards, so these are the boards that I took to Worlds as well. They're felt boards, so pieces don't, slide around. One side is dark, one side is white, so you could choose which side of the board to use depending on the color of the pieces. Reese got straight into doing like the border and that lower dark area. I believe it's a teapot. And I love how, they're working on the boards, and because it's Ravensburger quality, you can pick up the sections and the pieces and move them into place. That's really nice. Allison and I did a speed run today with a puzzle that you could not move sections around, and it was almost a waste of time to build something and then try to shift it. You just could not shift it into place. You ended up having to rebuild it. Very, very frustrating. So what you're gonna see here is that they never just stay stuck on something. You see how Sarah handed Reese the board and now he's working on those orange pieces, and then they change sides. Okay, let's get fresh eyes on a new section. They swap things around. That's so smart. I love watching people puzzle because I feel that I learn things. I learn tips and tricks. Maybe don't oversort. If pieces don't really feel you know where they go, just leave them flipped up on the table. And you're going to see here how either Reese or Sarah, maybe both of them, they keep shifting the pieces closer to them as they get fewer and fewer pieces. How they use the boards to do some sorting, but not maybe a full sort. How they, swap sections of the sides of the table where they were working. How they pass the boards back and forth. Just so smart. I was so proud of them. They did so well. In the end, they came in 5th overall for pairs with a time of 1 hour, 28 minutes, and 55 seconds. Look at them, tired and happy. I can imagine how shattered they were after that marathon. Under 90 minutes for a 1,000-piece puzzle. Amazing. 5th place. Well, we're gonna see the top finishers. This is the pair that finished in 1st place. And I was watching them, and it just gets so exciting when they get down to those last few pieces. And you're like, oh, is it now? Oh, is that the last piece? What's happening? And I never know if I'm recording too soon. And there you go. Look at that. So excited. So happy. They did so well. Now, this was interesting. So I have 2 pairs on camera right now. You'll see one of them finishes, and literally the next pair finishes within 20 seconds of one another. I mean, how crazy is that? 20 seconds. And it's just, I just love watching it. I feel I almost like watching speed puzzling as much as I do enjoy speed puzzling myself, because I get so excited for people. And there they are, 2nd place, just finished. There they go, high 10. So excited. So I was so pleased for them. And now we're watching here. This is Devin and Sophie. I don't remember the names of the other pairs, but here Devin and Sophie just seconds behind, and there you go, they finished literally 20 seconds behind. Look at these times, 1 hour 12 minutes the top pair, and then like I said, 2nd and 3rd place 1 hour 15 minutes, and just 20 seconds difference. Just amazing. These pairs, everyone did great. So all 40 pairs finished in the 2 hours and 30-minute time. I think the 40th place was just over 2 hours and 20 minutes. I have to say that this competition had such fun jigsaw puzzles, and I will admit, speed puzzling a fun jigsaw puzzle makes it even much more enjoyable, that much more fun, if I can say. I would rather go to a competition with a whole bunch of funner, maybe easier puzzles to do, and just seeing everybody having a great time makes me so happy. Even though, I won't be the fastest, I don't care. I just love being amongst people who enjoy puzzling. So I have to say to anyone out there watching and listening, if you're thinking about going to a competition, but you're worried about the fact that you're not a speed puzzler, don't worry, just come and have fun. Even just to come and get the puzzles. These were all such amazing jigsaw puzzles to get. The people you'll meet, the new friends you'll make, and who knows, you might actually be pretty good at it because you never know until you try. And so I encourage you, if there's online competitions in your area, maybe try one of those first, but definitely come out to an in-person competition. I'll be there cheering you on. I love clapping and cheering for everybody, and I thought all the pairs did amazing in both preliminary rounds as well as the finals. And I absolutely want to thank Ula for pairing up with me. I loved puzzling with her. I was so pleased with our time. We went from an hour 4 to 53 minutes and 53 seconds. What an improvement. I think if we kept puzzling together, we would just keep getting faster together. We had so much fun. I can't wait for the next video. I'll tell you all about the teams. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Until next time, ciao.